What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Plainville. Let's play Season 11, episode number 25. I'm pretty sure, but I am pretty confused because this is probably the third time I've tried to record an episode 25, and there wasn't enough development in the last two. I'll show you a couple of the little things and stuff that I changed around, but ultimately not for the better. I started shimmying around some of the traffic over here, and I actually made it a lot worse. So if you look at traffic-wise, we're at 84%. Most of that slowdown is right over here. So maybe we work on that today. Maybe we don't. The only other place that it's even remotely slow is over here, and it's moving, right? There's a slowdown there where the trolley turns around. Tram. Did not mean to offend you, tram. Calling you a trolley. The much less efficient version of the trams. Fire just starting here. You see it go up in flames. Who's the first? Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Who's this guy that just walked out of the building? He's sus. Super sus. I'm gonna assume that it's Dexter Richardson. I can't tell. All I can tell is that is a bike. All right, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not like we were gonna arrest him. We might have bulldozed his house. I don't know. So, so I made, little adjustments over here. Absolutely murdering the traffic flow. Does it make sense to just force the traffic to come through this zone? I think that it does. Because then what we can do is this. So check this out. How is this traffic flowing through here? What if we gave people an out? So rather than hook up this way, what if we hooked up slightly different? Freeform down to there. That's right on top of that other intersection, which kind of stinks, but change direction. And we can do something like this. Perfect. I like it. Okay. So this does not need to be a street. This is a street, isn't it? Because at this point, this could just as easily be a highway. Nope, not change direction, upgrade. Because we don't need to zone on this. We just need it to be nice and fast and flowy. I could change that last piece if I wanted to. This I caught as well. So this previously was a 2-lane road, not a 2-lane highway. Now to come back into the zone, they're coming underneath and they're hooking back up over here, but this was all backed up, so this was a mess. There's probably better ways we could do this, but basically I changed these so that the one-ways all come into the zone this way. And then if you're leaving the zone, you're either going back into it, in which case you'd probably opt to get on the highway sooner, because that ultimately gets you to your turnaround faster. And alternatively, if you're coming down here into this mess. So what do we got? We got 2 lanes, so technically 4 lanes, but then that's splitting off. So what if we did a 3-lane right here? Right? 3-lane, right? 3-lane highway? 3-lane highway? Or no. 4-lane highway for like a 5-foot segment. And then do we just knock this down right away? We knock this down to 3-lane right away, and then maybe we knock this down to 2 right here because it doesn't even matter. I don't know. I am gonna revamp this, but basically this is kind of a mess. I'm hoping some of these cars will calculate and start. There we go. Yeah, because if they're not going here to the cargo hub, whatever it's called, then they should realize that, if I want to get out of the zone or if I want to turn back into the zone, it's faster for me to just get going that way. So what do we got? So we have 2 lanes merging into, well, technically 3 lanes merging into 2. So what if we did this as a 3-lane, and then this is 1 lane getting off, 2 lanes here, and again a split. It all evens out, so hopefully that will flow a little faster. It looks like a lot of the traffic is coming and skipping that this part of the route, which is good. But that's already cleared up over here. We'll have to see what that does in the long run. So I'm not going to worry about that too much yet. Let's give that some time to settle down, and One of the things with traffic changes is anytime you do them, there's a potential that it might make things worse at first, and you kind of have to let the traffic settle down and flow and see kind of what's going on here. So we are backing up onto the highway. Plenty of traffic coming back into the zone. Maybe we don't go so far back up. And maybe we just hook it in under here instead. Hold on a second. What do we do? No, we let it run and we come back to it because that is not our project today. What I wanted to show you was a couple things that I did. One of them being road maintenance depots. Now, I know some of you are thinking what I'm thinking, which is roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads, but this is City Skylines and we do need roads. So what road maintenance depot does, you'll see it sends these trucks out, and actually not the best time to see it since they're already out there. Oh, no, it's perfect. Okay, never mind, I take it back. So as those trucks go out and drive on the map, you'll see, do they not affect highways? Let's follow him down here, because when he gets over here, no, okay, or not. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're turning around that way to get back on? Couldn't, never mind. I'm pretty sure you could have got on the highway sooner than that. Basically, okay, coverage. Coverage works like all the other stuff. Is it green? That means trucks can get there. Condition. Now, when you're looking at traffic and you see red, that's generally a bad thing, right? That's where slowdowns are happening, or at the very least, where things are really heavy at any given moment in time. You can see it doesn't necessarily mean it stopped. This is not good. We really got to look at this turnaround. Everybody coming back into the zone is absolutely destroying it over here. So how do we clean this up a bit? Hang on, I know this wasn't my objective, but I kind of have to. Let's upgrade this to a 2-lane segment at least. Give people a little bit more chance not to dump into the same lane here. But unfortunately, here's the thing. Here's the problem with consoles. Without Traffic Manager, the AI is kind of stupid. And I don't throw that word around loosely, right? But it is AI, and we can call it stupid. It's a bad algorithm, because what happens here is they're thinking about where they want to go when they end up, which is to the right, because all of these exits are on the right. So all they know is as soon as I can, I'm going to get over to the right lane, which means that this backup happens. So we could at least bring this backup off the highway, right? But this is just a mess. This is not today's episode. Okay, road maintenance depots. Where were we? I know I started to explain this and then didn't get anywhere. Yeah, road condition, right? Back here. This is how I got here. We were looking at bad traffic in the red. Road maintenance depot. Regular roads are red. They're normal. They're not boosted. And what road maintenance depot does is it boosts those roads as those trucks go out and they just drive over the road and they service it. So as they go out, as they go around the city, those roads allow traffic to move even faster. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to do it better, just faster. And they might just speed down the road and all pile up at the same intersection. So it doesn't necessarily imply that it's going to fix anything, but we're giving it a shot. And we've got 2 depots, one over here by my little service area tucked in on the corner of this neighborhood. It's got recycling. It's got the tram depot, or one of them, I should say. I have 2 tram depots in the city. The water pumping service, and then the road maintenance depot. And then over here, over by the stadium, we've got another one. And again, it just sends out trucks on the regular and hopefully improves your roads. But that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is, where is it? I don't even know where it is. I don't even know what it looks like, and that's part of the problem. So we're going to talk about a couple things. Tourism. Where are the tourists going? Well, we can kind of see that, right? They're coming to our downtown. They're coming to the zoo and the casino and the amusement park. And I want to say I checked it in one of those episodes that I scrapped. 87. Oh, okay. That's up. It was like 72 last time I checked, but that is not a lot of people for a $3,000 a week upkeep. 77 visitors, 77 tourists. I'm assuming those are the same 77 people and they don't count them separately. So basically, we're spending $3,000 a week to have 77 people visit. I don't know how much they're losing at the tables, but that probably isn't an efficient model for making money and why we're negative and in the red right now because of expenditures like that. So, but we can kind of see again where people are going. You know, we'd like to drive up tourism, sure. But what I wanted to do, if I can find it around here somewhere. Park maintenance kind of works off that same principle. What is this up here? Oh, I do. Okay, I have a park maintenance depot. That gets relatively well around the city, but not necessarily the best. We could look at dropping in another depot, but what I did want to look at, where the heck? This is driving me crazy. It's up here, isn't it? It's the clock. Parks, that's what I wanted. Unique buildings, parks and plazas, park areas, public libraries. I don't have any, but you can see kind of where the entertainment legend is, right? Look at all the entertainment around these buildings. Industry has great entertainment because they're right next door to the zoo and the amusement park. A little bit in the red over here. A lot of bit in the red over here. So I wanted to come in today and find some spots for some parks and things like that. You know, let's be kind of cheesy here. And let's see what we can do cheesing the system, as it were. So get another look at this, right? So where do we have like a created park? Do we have one? Did I? Yeah, I mean, there's a park there. It's a 0-star. That's not really helping us out. What's our, you know, so this is good, right? Obviously, right around our central park, that is a 5-star. Everything looks pretty in the green, as it were, I guess. Aquamarine. So what if we did that same approach over here? And what if we, you know, turn this block into a park? Put like a footpath on it and call it a day. I just want to see if that makes any kind of discernible difference. Because it's not necessarily about the actual entertainment of the park itself. We're going to do a small main gate. Do I already have a footpath there? I don't. It'd be awesome if you could just like put it right there between those two, but I guess it's not going to let me do that, so. That'll have to work. And then a small side gate. I think in the interest of just coming straight across there, let's do that. And then, before I forget, let's do a little zoning check here, because we don't want people moving right in on top of that. If we just move somebody out, they can stay moved out. And we'll go back into parks, and may as well do tree paths. It's fine. We'll snake the path around just a little bit, so it's a little funky. And let's let it play at 3 times speed for a minute. I just want to see, does that actually update as a park? Does that not do anything for us because there's 0 entertainment value and just a pedestrian path that we're charging people to walk through? What if we put like a park object in there? What if we squeeze a plaza in or something? Or we do something smaller? A little cafe right here on the corner. Can we fit it? Oh, I broke the footpath. It planted a tree. Okay, let's try and do this again. So if we come back in here. Good enough. Okay. Any entertainment value to that? Does it give us it gives us the tiniest little bit of green. So apparently that is not going to work as well as I thought it would. You have to actually put some emphasis into it. Now, what you could do is it's the overall entertainment of the park, apparently, right? So can we cheese this a second way, right? So let's take this zone, and since these people live right next to this park and they get a little bit of a boost, what happens if the park is actually a much bigger object? What if we do something like this? Does that do anything to our, does it actually make it worse? Interesting. I thought for sure we could cheat the system that way. But I swear I just made that worse, so... Okay, let's cheat the system another way. We're going to find a way to cheat the system. If only so that I can say cheating the system a few more times. What did I just cut out here? Okay. Okay, so if spreading it out, what did I break? How did I break power? Don't tell me my power plant's on fire. Oh, it totally is. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. They're already putting it out. It's not a big deal. It's just $1 million expenditure if that thing actually burns up, though, and then you have no power in your city. So that's fine. They'll get water back soon. Parks, areas. Where are our gates? Right there. So what if the opposite is true, right? We didn't have luck expanding that zone. What if we shrink it way down to not even the size of a block? Does that do anything in our favor? Yeah, it does. That's kind of weird. Okay, so that feels glitchy to me because I don't know how the game calculates that, but we'll do it the old-fashioned way. So we tried. What are like some good small park objects? Like the dog. I always use the dog park. Large playground. Small park, not small enough, as it were. Be awesome if we could get it in. I guess right there we'll have to do. We're gonna move some people out. How many people we move out? 162. Oh well. Come in here and do a little zoning if we need to. Yeah, it's fine. Little park on the corner there. What does that do? That's actually a lot better, huh? Or is that this park effect cascading out now? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You'd think by now I'd be some kind of expert at this, but I am definitely not. I just, I was looking through the info views. It's good to health check every once in a while, and I saw a lot of sad people over here because they did not have access to parks. So I thought it was time to update that. Small playground. How small? Small enough? So we'll see if we can start to overlap these a bit. And let's get this one just... We keep that single house, not without breaking two others. That's too bad. Where can we cram this in? I guess right there kind of works. Far enough away from the other one that we're kind of overlapping the effects nicely, I think. Bouncy castle? Does this just go? No, that's not right. Botanical garden. I mean, that's not a terrible spot. Let's try that. Let's pause real quick. I'm gonna have to do this a lot and come back in and just double check our zoning, right? Because we don't want people moving in like that right behind. I guess over here is all right. That could work. I like it. We've displaced quite a few people this episode, but ultimately, we're making the ones that get to stay a little happier. And that was kind of my goal here, was to find some park objects today, kind of cram those in. Definitely, I mean, I'm a big dog person. Look at the space that we've got down here. 100% dog park going right there. Where else are we light? I don't feel like the dog park cascades a very wide area, but that is okay. Let's try that. Let's again de-zone, because that's just going to be a silly house right in the edge of a dog park. That does not need another one moved in right next door. Let's see what that does. One of the things I definitely want to come in and finalize in this build is moving back some of these larger buildings into the city center so that this tapers off a lot better. Like, those are two very tall buildings next to one another on the edge of an otherwise, you know, short residential area over here to the riverside. So it would just make so much more sense if things sloped up more gradually. And these two particular buildings don't need to be over here. What is this? Is this a commercial? Superb Strategy Games. I mean, just based on the name, I would keep that if I could move it, but not an option on console. This one, of course, is the Hadron Collider, providing our education for the city. Was that on fire earlier? I feel like I would have noticed it when I was looking at it, that it had just recently burnt. But apparently that was happening. If you saw it in the background, sorry I didn't get a zoom in on that. Info views, still got some light spots, right? You know, do we cram a couple more in? I think that we do. Definitely over here. Like, people are just miserable over here because I haven't been providing anything. So if we go back into plazas, I think that would be a good spot for a Paradox Plaza. I don't think we've dropped one of these in yet. Right across the street from here. So that makes them a little bit happier, not a lot. Let's see, where can we fit this in? Can we do sideways on this block? That kind of works. This also helps. This is nice too, right? You do some of these plazas every once in a while, and it helps break up the skyline a little bit. Like, you know, we could come over here into our office park. I'm assuming we could get two of these side by side. So, like, what if we did this? Hold on a second here. Just so that I can see the zoning. Of course it's not on center. Of course. So let's come all the way to the edge with these two like that. Right, so think about how this looks more, and I'm thinking about this from an on-foot perspective, right? Let's, I guess, 1x speed, let some stuff move back in. But, you know, it kind of makes sense. I guess it'd be a little flatter, IRL. But, you know, you might have a plaza like this kind of on a corner of the streets, kind of matching opposite each other, and then some buildings in beside it. But what, you know, that kind of gives you a nice break. And sorry for panning around so fast. It gives you a nice break in the skyline of the block, right? Less, well, it does until buildings like that move in. I really like the way some of these buildings look. At the right distance, they look really great. And then you get in too close and the textures just kind of fall apart. Also, what city is that reflecting in the background? Look at the glass. See that? Look at that city. There's a gigantic city back there. Where is that? Because it's not back there. Unless that glass reflects really far away over the horizon. I don't know. Where do we got? These are kind of nice too. I mean, these you would see in residential areas, right? Tennis and basketball courts. You know, but where would it be on this? It wouldn't be on like this dead end street, you know? There definitely might be one over here by the apartment complex, right? That makes a lot of sense. Having a basketball court and a tennis court over here. I can't believe I didn't think to do that. But now I have. I also have intentionally left this building a little bit different. You know, thinking it could be kind of like an office management building or something. I don't know. But yeah, just I left that one purposely a little different there. Okay, so plazas we don't really need over here. What do we got? Fishing island, tropical garden. That looks pretty nice. Can we get that? Throw that in the park? Let's see if we can get that about centered. I'm using the radius of the circle to kind of try and figure out where center is. Like, we don't need this over here, but I feel like that looks pretty cool in the park. And then how do we fix what we just broke? Which is parks, city park fences. Let's go straight, because snapping is not your friend on console. We'll come out to way more than we need. We'll just kind of connect up behind it and then delete this excess. So, you know, if you're walking by, you can come in here into this little garden area. Nice trees, all using the built-in assets that I've been spamming along. Well, immediately across the street. Let's kind of take a look at this, because I always wondered kind of how this felt. Did I not finish doing trees all the way down? I guess I got a little light here on this end. So you've got the park, you've got kind of this, I don't know, park tile pavement, the tram only road running up the middle, and then the trees get a little bit more wild, but still, you know, very organized because they're cut out of the, you know, the paths are cut out there. There's obviously only so far over a tree can go. You can't have a tree in the middle of the road. That's not very good city planning. So it looks a little, you know, it looks a little rigid at some points, but it also flows, I think, very nicely with the overall aesthetic. But really, I mean, this, you know, I don't mean to cut this build short, right? But we have achieved a lot. And I use the we all the time. The editorial, the royal we. We delivered the money, Lebowski. Sorry. But anyways, you know, we're on a journey together, and I love teaching and explaining and talking, but Plainville has been through such a journey, right? It was actually inspiring and gave me some creative flow to go back and restrict my tool set to just the base vanilla game mechanics. But that gets boring after a while too, if you especially if you have used all these other mechanics. And that's why I really wanted to go in and sort of pick apart each one of the DLCs one by one, incorporate different elements of those into this city. And you know, we're still playing no cheats, no mods, but we did add in those DLCs, and it does, you know, kind of bring new life. The next phase of bringing new life and inspiration into my builds is going to be a PC build. But for those of you that, first of all, stayed tuned this long, trust me, stay tuned through that too. You'll learn a lot, and it's the same content, it's just a different platform. But the way that I'm going to do it is sort of similar in a way to Plainville. I'm going to stick to a lot of the base game and DLC mechanics. We're going to use mods to improve the visual performance of the game at first, but we're going to try and stay away from things like Traffic Manager and Move It, and you know, we'll build the city relatively legit, and then like Plainville, where we snapped in DLCs, we'll start snapping in more mods and going back to improve certain areas. But I've wanted to go back to PC so badly for a while now. If you did not watch it, go scan through some of my Season 7 Let's Play. I did a build called Portsmouth, and it's based on the real Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is right on the border between New Hampshire and Maine. It's a port town. It's a small town. I want to say it's like 30,000 pop or something like that. And 30,000 in cities is not very big, so it ended up being like 50 or 60. But relatively small city overall, but I incorporated a lot of creative ideas into that build, and I want to do that again. I've got a great idea, or at least something that's great for me to inspire me. Find out more about that on Saturday. That is, unless you're a patron or channel member, and then you might know about it already. Thank you for your support, by the way. Patrons and channel members, for your reference, have access to a private room on the Discord. And I posted, just yesterday, day before, a little sneak peek preview that will be going live on the channel this weekend. So tune in on Saturday to see what I'm thinking for the next season. I think there might still be one or two more build episodes for Plainville before I kind of put together a little bit of a cinematic tour and put it to some music and just kind of let the visuals speak for themselves about what was built. But definitely tune in Saturday if you don't know yet. If you do want to find out sooner and you'd like to support the channel, links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. Speaking of, may as well do my outro a little bit out of order today, and thank you for watching. likes, comments, shares. They all help the channel a lot, and they are all so greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe for more, and consider hitting the bell to get updates in this and other series. Tune in on Saturday and find out what's in store for the next season of City Skylines. But that's still a week or two out. Is it? Would it make sense to start the new season on the new season, which would be... Geez, that would be Sunday, wouldn't it? Holy cow. Well, I don't think I'm going to be ready then, but spring is in the air. A new season is on your calendar. A new season is coming to the Let's Play soon, very soon, in March. I'll say before the end of March, we'll get started on that build. Find out what it's all about this Saturday. Until then, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.